Freelancing is tough. It's exhausting, it's stressful, it's lonely, and it's probably taken years off my life. But with that said, there are also some huge upsides to freelancing if you can do it right and be successful. Now, back when I graduated college in 2018, I was tempted to take a traditional job as a designer, which probably would have paid me 60 to 70K per year. Instead, I chose to go out on my own and be a freelancer. And now, just a few years later, I'm making almost 9 times more than I would have been making in that traditional job. So really fast, before I get any further into this video, I want to know exactly where everybody is. So comment the fire emoji if you're currently a freelancer, or comment the muscle emoji if you are an employee planning to become a freelancer in the next year. Now, even though there are some major upsides to freelancing, that doesn't mean that it works out for everyone. In fact, I would say that the majority of people that become a freelancer don't end up making it, and they have to go back to their 9-to-5 job. So in this video, I want to help you decide whether or not going out on your own is the right decision for you and if it's worth it. And if you stick around till the end of this video, I'll also share with you what it's going to take for you to succeed as a freelancer. But first, if you like this topic and you want more videos like this, be sure to hit that like button. Now, the first thing that we need to talk about is a common misconception, because I get this a lot, which is people telling me that, Peyton, I want to become a freelancer and do the things that you do because I want to be able to work less and control my own schedule. And if these are the only reasons that you want to leave your job and become a freelancer, I can already tell you right now that you're probably not going to make it. Because the truth of the matter is, if you become a freelancer, you're probably going to end up working way more than you did as an employee. Now, the difference is you're going to enjoy this work. So if you're motivated by your ambitions to build something of your own that you can be proud of, and also you don't really like the structure of having a boss and being told what to do, then these are better motivating factors for you, and this might be the right choice for you. So without further ado, I want to dive into some of the most important traits that you must have in order to be a successful freelancer. And if you're missing some of these traits, you might want to reconsider your choice and stick to your 9-to-5. So the first thing that you need to have is a unique and valuable skill that people are willing to pay for, because obviously if you don't have any skills that are profitable, people aren't going to hire you. And so it's going to be really difficult to find success. The second thing you need to have is really good people skills and communication skills, because the fact of the matter is this is about 75% of running a freelance business is working with people, working with clients, with team members, whatever that looks like. If you're not a good communicator, you're going to struggle. The third thing, and probably one of the most important, is you have to be motivated by risk and stress rather than crippled by it. Because being a freelancer, you are the master of your own destiny. And if this risk and responsibility is going to make you freeze up and make you nervous, and it's going to cripple you, it's going to be really difficult for you to perform at a level necessary to find success. So if you're this type of personality, it's probably best that you don't go into freelancing. Now, the fourth trait that you need to have is actually more of a situation, and that is you have a supportive spouse or partner. This is something that gets often overlooked, but it's probably one of the most important aspects of being successful as a freelancer. In my case, I was really lucky that after college, when I began freelancing, my wife was really supportive and she believed in me. And that saw us through the first year or even 2 years of struggling and not landing clients and not really making any money. And so you have to have a supportive spouse that believes in what you're doing and will stick by you, because the last thing you need is your spouse telling you that you can't do this, you can't make it, and you need to go back to your job. Next, you need to be a quick learner. You need to be able to learn on the fly and pick up new skills as you go so you can be able to run a successful freelance business. And so if you're not a quick learner, or you don't enjoy learning, or aren't willing to put in the time to learn new skills, then you're also going to struggle. And finally, and I already mentioned this before, you have to be willing to work long days. Don't get into freelancing because you think you're just going to be able to work an hour a day and make all of this money. No, you need to be willing to put in the time and the effort to grow your business. And especially early on, it's probably going to take a lot more work than whatever it is that you're currently doing at your job. All right, so now that we've discussed those important traits, there's something else that you need to understand, and that is the fact that As a freelancer or a business owner, work never stops. This is not your traditional 9 to 5 job where you can clock in and clock out, and after 5 p.m., you can forget about work and go home and sit on the couch and relax. Because as a freelancer, you need to be constantly thinking about how you're going to grow your business and how you're going to find success. It's a lot more pressure and a lot more risk and a lot more responsibility. And what I found with myself is I can never shut my brain off. I'm often thinking and working through the evenings, late at night, on the weekends. And so you have to be willing to do this and understand that if you're the type of person that wants to be able to clock out and not stress or not think, then you're probably better off sticking with your job. All right, so we're getting close to the end. Hang in there with me. Now, the next thing that we need to talk about is what you need to do to prepare yourself to make this jump, to quit your job and begin freelancing. This isn't just some decision that you can make on a whim. There needs to be some preparation that goes into this so you can have a smooth and successful transition. Because the last thing I want is for you to quit your job and then go 6 months without making any money. This could be catastrophic for you, right? So here are a few things that you need to make sure that you have in place before you leave your job. First, you need to have an idea that you're passionate about. You can't just quit your job and then start looking for a business to start. It needs to be something that you're already passionate about. Next, you need to have a business plan and a strategy in place. Third, you need to have at least a little bit of experience in whatever it is that you're going to be offering as a service. And you can get this experience by taking on small clients even while you have your current job. Next, you need to have a good plan of how you're going to find clients. This is something that often gets overlooked, and truly it is the hardest part of freelancing. So you need to have some game plan in place. And finally, I would highly recommend having some sort of safety net. Now, when I say safety net, this means both a financial safety net, which I would recommend having 3 to 6 months of reserves saved up, but also having some sort of safety net in terms of a job that you can go back to or other opportunities that you can jump at. This is going to take away the pressure and the risk of going freelance full time. And it's always nice to have that fallback plan just in case things don't work out. Now, luckily, all of these things that we just talked about are all things that you can get while you're still in your current job. So start spending maybe an hour in the morning or an extra hour at night to start building up your experience and deciding what it is that you like and coming up with a game plan. That way, when you make the jump to freelancing, you're prepared and you can start having success right off the bat. So the next thing that I want to talk about is why it is that so many freelancers fail. And you might think it's because, well, they're bad at what they do. But on the contrary, oftentimes it's the most talented freelancers that end up failing. And the reason for this is, as a freelancer, you can't just rely on one skill, right? If you're a designer, you might have been the best designer at your job, but that's not going to carry you through as a freelancer, because as a freelancer, you have to wear virtually every single hat in your business. So aside from being a designer or whatever it is that you are, you also have to be good at sales and marketing and communication and project management and money management and all of these different things that go into running a business. And if you're not willing to spend the time to learn all of those individual skills, you're probably going to fail. So don't just rely on your one skill, but start developing other skills that can help you run a successful business. All right, so we've made it to the most important part of this video, and this is the 5 things that you need to do in order to guarantee the success of your freelance business. And the first thing that I would say is you have to be patient. Too often, freelancers start out and they don't start making money right off the bat, and they immediately get discouraged and they end up quitting right before they're about to start making money or right before they're about to land their first big client. So you have to be willing to stick with it. And this is why I recommend that you have a good safety net in place so you can give yourself time to find success. Next, those first couple clients don't have to be difficult to find. What I would recommend is working within your circle of family, friends, people that you already know that are willing to give you a shot. These are going to be the easiest first clients because they're going to give you a little bit of a grace period and allow you to learn while you're working on their projects. Next, you need to be willing to invest in yourself and in your business. This can be done in a number of different ways, whether that's investing in courses, in mentorship, in tools that are going to save you time, whatever it might be, you need to be willing to invest in yourself. You can't just start out and expect to know everything and understand how to run a successful business. You need to put in the time, effort, and money to learn the things necessary to find success. Next, you need to be willing to put yourself out there, primarily on social media. You need to be willing to start publishing videos and pictures and anything that you can share of value, even if you don't get any likes, shares, or follows at first. It might be a little bit humbling, but if you start doing this, you're going to get better, you're going to get more confident, and these different social channels are going to become your biggest sources of new clients. So you have to be willing to start right now. And finally, something that probably gets overlooked more often than not, and that is finding a community of like-minded freelancers that can support you and teach you and share insights, and together you can learn and grow and find success. Trying to do this on your own without any additional support is going to be nearly impossible. And so start looking right now for other people that are doing what you want to do or have been there and already found success, because this is going to be your support system that sees you through. Now, if you like this video and you want to see more just like this, make sure to click the subscribe button down below and also hit that little bell so your phone dings every time I post a new video. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.